Hey, what is up, guys? So all my previous videos have been PvP oriented, but today I'm going to bring you a guide on Unholy PvE DPS. I'm actually a pretty big PvEer, not so much recently. I'm currently not raiding with a guild or anything, but I have been hardcore raiding since about Oldawar, and throughout that time I've been getting a lot of top parses for my class. I've been, especially in Firelands, I've been really working hard to get the top DPS that I possibly could. There's basically a main Unholy spec, and you have 4 points that you can really throw around. You can put the 2 more into Magic Suppression and then go into AMZ and then summon Runic Power Mastery, or you can go into Blood Tap, Magic Suppression, Blood Tap, Runic Power Mastery. Basically, these are the talents that you're going to move around in. AMZ is going to give you more raid utility as well as some more Runic Power off your AMSs. But Blood Tap is going to let you Blood Tap more, and you're already Blood Tapping off cooldown, so that means more Unholy Runes, that means more Scourge Strike. Scourge Strike is your main damage ability. And then you can go into Runic Power Mastery, lets you move your cap for Death Coils a little more. You really shouldn't be needing more than 110 by putting 1 point into it, but I mean, if you feel like you have an abundance of Runic Power and you're that great at managing your runes, then sure, go for it. And then you would have to go in the Blood Tap because you won't have enough for AMZ. But anyway, that's basically the talents in a nutshell. Glyphs, this is the best possible single target. I haven't changed my glyphs since I switched to Unholy. However, for a heavy AoE fight, Icy Touch and Death and Decay easily takes the cake because it's going to increase the duration of your D&D, and it's going to increase the damage of your Frost Fever ticks. So you would replace Death Coil and Scourge Strike because they're not that AoE oriented, whereas your Ghoul is still going to be whacking at things. And speaking of your Ghoul now inherits your crit stat, making it above mastery unless you have this here weapon. Although I still use crit even though I have the weapon, because that is just my preference, and it's really the crit and mastery when you have this weapon, it is so close that it's basically a pick and choose at that point, and I choose crit. But if you don't have this weapon, it's crit all the way. So while we have the character pane open, I guess we'll talk about stats. As always, strength is your main stat. You're going to gem for it. You're going to get as much as you possibly can, and that's basically the rule of gemming. When you look at the socket bonus, you look at what you're supposed to gem, you do whatever's going to get you the most strength. If you're going to get an extra 20 hit, like here in my pants, you can get the extra 20 hit. But like when you're done gemming, you just look at it, you say, is this the most strength I can get? And yeah, that's what you got to do. If the soccer bonus is equal to or more than the amount of purely gemming, then go for the soccer bonus. But otherwise, just purely gem strength all the way. Your next stat is going to be hit. You want to get 8%. 8% means you're not missing on bosses. That means happy fun times for your DPS. So 8%, get as close as you can to it, and then start going into haste. Haste is great. Increases the rune regeneration rate, increases your dot ticks. It is just awesome. So go for haste. Then obviously crit. Now that your pet inherits it, you're gonna have your pet doing some big crits on the boss. And fights like Morchok, your pet is just whacking at the boss the whole fight. So crit is awesome. And then followed by mastery, not so important anymore because crit takes the cake. And then expertise, your lowest stat. You're not going to want to reforge into it, you're going to reforge out of it. And yeah, basically when you're reforging, just look at your gear and make sure every piece has haste. And then once every piece has haste, start reforging the other stats into the hit cap, and then start reforging the other stats into the crit. Now if you do have under hit after that, then you can take away from haste, but you really want to get as much haste on your gear as possible. So I'm pretty confident that you can get haste on every piece while getting the hit cap. I tried training dummy a lot, and I can't, for some reason I just can't do it on a training dummy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut back to the 3rd week of Dragon Soul, I think, on Heroic Morchok, where me and my guild, this was our first kill, and that's just gonna let me commentate a little better. The quality of it isn't that great because I'm ripping it from YouTube and I don't have the raw footage anymore. However, I think it's really going to show a better example of me sitting here and whacking the dummy. So Yep, let's get right into that. You're going to start with putting your diseases with an outbreak. You're going to put a Death and Decay down as your first ability if you know for a fact that the boss or your enemy is going to be in the Death and Decay for the full duration of it. Now, Scourge Strike is your main damage. So you're going to Scourge Strike as much as you can. That's what your Unholy Runes are for. Your main priority, though, is getting your pet Dark Transform. You do this by hitting 5 Death Coils on your target, well, 5 Death Coils in general, and then you're going to get your pet transform. So you see, I got my pet transform as quickly as I could. Well, you might not be able to see because the action bars, but believe me, I got my pet transform as quickly as I possibly could. Next thing is you're going to want to get your Gargoyle out there. Now, you can use your Gargoyle at the beginning of the fight. When you use your Gargoyle at the beginning of the fight, if you've pre-potted, you're going to have your pre-pot, you're going to have Rune of the Fallen Crusader, and it's going to be huge for your Gargoyle, because your Gargoyle, basically when you summon it, it takes a screen cap in its little head of your stats, and with that screen cap, he's going to take those stats. So now what you see, what I just did there was, I used what is that? I don't even know. The little explosion thingy. I popped AMS on that to get a full running power bar and then spam Death Coil. And then when he pulls us in, I'm able to transform my pet, and that's going to let my pet be a full transform for the entire duration of that. And that is huge. And I also stacked Festering Strike enough so that my diseases last the whole time. Now, as you see, I filled up my Runic Power Bar just as my Dark Transformation wear it out. And look, I'm already spamming Death Coil. I'm already at 3 stacks. And it's just, it's huge. Look, my pet's already up already. So I'm already going to have that Dark Transformation proc. It's impossible to have 100% uptime on that. It's all about filling up your Runic Power Bar, but not over capping it. You want to stay under cap still, but you want to fill it up so when your Dark Transformation's over, you can spam Death Coil in order to fill it right back up. So I'm just Death Coiling the boss here. I'm going to empty my Runic Power Bar as much as I can. I'm going to run out. I'm going to pop AMS. And I'm going to get that full bar. And I'm just going to spam it. So I'm going to get this up as quickly as I can. You see I'm dropping Death and Decay because if my target's going to be in it, it's worth it. It really comes down to more than a rotation for maximizing your DPS. It's doing like everything precise. So like, no matter what it is. Now here, like you see how I waited for the entire duration of the Black Blood of the Earth? Now the thing is, it'd probably be better to use AMS to start running in early, get a full running power bar, but I mean this was the first attempts, so it's not all about you sometimes. So I'm using the AMS to absorb some of the crystal damage, because you know this is the first kill, so my guild was still having trouble with it. So it's more than just, you know, maximizing your DPS. What you need to do, you also need to do what's best for your guild. So that's also really important to understand. I'm going to talk about Unholy Frenzy a little bit here. You don't want to overlap Unholy Frenzy with Bloodlust Heroism or Time Warp. It doesn't stack, and even if it did, it would still almost be pointless because you're DCD capped. So you want to, you want to know when stuff is going to happen. Almost make like a timeline and see when events are going to happen, and then you're going to fit in your spells to make it like precise. And once you get that down, you're really going to see an improvement on your numbers. So like that's above rotation, to be completely honest. Like you're maximizing your DPS is way beyond your rotation. It's about really focusing and seeing, you know, what is best, you know, at what time. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I really hope you you know, you got something from that. If you didn't, I'm really sorry for wasting your time. Trust me, it wasn't my intentions. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I've been talking to people on Skype. I've been talking to 3 people. They've been asking me questions, you know, just random things, asking me what's best to do here, what's best to do there, you know. So I've been helping them as much as I can with both PvE and PvP. So if you have any questions for me, you can PM me or comment, and if you want, I can give you my Skype, and we can, you know, we can chat it up or whatever. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys checking out the video. Really appreciate the subscribers. It's really motivating me to do this, make more videos. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.